I'm Sarah of Wickham. I'm the first franchisee for Walfinch, which I'm very proud of. And I have 3 franchises within Walfinch, and they're all within Suffolk. Well, actually, they're not all within Suffolk. 2 are in Suffolk and 1's in Norfolk. Crikey, well, I've done so many different things in my life. I started off life on a YTS, and I did sort of more of an admin role. So I had sort of admin and clerical experience behind me. And I was offered to go and manage a tiny little office over an eye. And I just did it to support my boss, really. I really enjoyed it. And within a year, I doubled the size of it. I doubled the turnover. So I got promoted and promoted. I had met Amrit, and we chatted. He came here to my home and we had dinner. And he told me about his idea of setting up a franchise. And I just knew that Amrit was a winner, from things that he even had thrived in his own life. Said, yeah, I'm in and I'm going to start this journey with you. And then I signed in December 2019, and the rest is history, really. Sometimes where, people may have failed is because they haven't got that knowledge. And, investing in a decent RM straight away is actually valuable to your business. I stood back and I let somebody else run my business. And it was the most hardest thing I've ever done in my life, that I could manage from afar. And, I could manage from a distance and not be involved in it. Thriving, what does thriving mean to me? If you're going to do something, there's no point doing it unless you're going to do it properly.
Fantastic.
Our CEO, Amrit, I rarely call him, and when I do, he'll just answer the phone. I called him on holiday, and he just picked up the phone, and he was in Florence. But that's the man who he is.
What song helps you get up in the morning and start thriving?
Oh, it's got to be 9 to 5, Dolly Parton.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. That lady, actually, herself, Dolly, what inspiration, from where she came from, to be, and she is still going.
What is your message to the world?
I think anything is possible. I come from very humble beginnings of working on a YTS scheme, which was the youth training scheme back in the late 80s, earning £27.50 a week. It was tough. My driving lesson money was £9. And never would I thought I'd be running my own company. Never, And I came from an era almost where women weren't successful. The men were successful. I think one of my funniest things, actually, on a rugby field is the referee kept blowing his whistle and saying I was boring. So boring means when you go into a scrum, you kind of meet, yeah? And boring means that I was going in on an angle,
Right.
okay? Number one, come over here, I've warned you. You cannot bore. Then, the next time you bore, you're going to be, spending 10 minutes in the sin bin. So I didn't know what to say to that. Everyone was there. I knew I was cheating. And so I said, ref, I've got no idea what you were saying. But there's nothing wrong with my personality. I'm not boring.
Which franchisees would you like to give a shout out to?
To Marcel for being at the end of the phone, to Tracy and Kathy, Greg, it just makes me smile. Actually, Greg for getting me drunk at the party on the rooftop. Yeah, you're in trouble, Greg. Ian, lovely Ian, Lena, and Shelby as well. It's time to thrive.